Speaking about the conflict between both, I would say that this was first his blame, or he is to blame. He was the one who initiated this confrontation. She was very often keeping silence and not responding. But he was very aggressive, and especially his team, people from his administration, including Baloga. So they were very aggressive against Yulia Tymoshenko personally, and the government in particular, taking into account that the half of this government was appointed by Yushchenko personally. So she was not having the possibility to create her own team in the government. So half of the team was controlled by Yushchenko. This was the problem for her. Nevertheless, he was criticizing herself personally and the government, consisting by 50% by his people. No, I used to work in her government. I don't think that she is the person who is polarizing. She is a very charismatic politician. She is very energetic. She is target-oriented. She is less ideologically motivated than Yushchenko is. And I don't think that her activity caused miscontent from the people. On the contrary, so the result of the 2010 presidential elections proved for itself that she gained the second highest result and losing some 2 to 3% to Yanukovych only, having the support of 11.5 million Ukrainians. So this is the obvious.
Do you think those elections were even fair?
We challenged the elections, but unfortunately the court, the highest administrative court, which was under their control, refused to consider our legitimate demands, like recounting ballots in some of the districts. So that's why it's very difficult, to say for sure whether the elections were fair or not. I would like to say that these elections, these elections were conducted in the midst of the severe financial and economic crisis. Not only the whole world, but Ukraine was affected. And to say you frankly, in a couple of moments, I did recommend her to give up from her premiership and to concentrate herself on the preparation for the presidency, for the presidential elections, because otherwise she was assuming upon herself personally, all the negative results of the crisis. Nevertheless, she was quite capable herself for moving Ukraine through this crisis. We have created the committee to resist dictatorship in Ukraine. So in this very
would you call Yanukovych a dictator?
He's moving towards this definition as such very quickly. And I would say that I was among the first who introduced a draft law in the parliament, claiming that by signing a Kharkiv agreement, he committed an act which has all the elements of the treason, state treason. Because he breached the constitution and he breached a number of very important Ukrainian laws.
Tell us more about that.
About what he...
About the Kharkov agreement.
Yeah, Kharkov agreement, he breached the Article 17 of the Constitution of Ukraine, which does not allow the presence of foreign troops on Ukraine's territory. So, and this is an imperative norm. One cannot interpret it in that or another way. Well,
sounds pretty clear.
Sounds
pretty clear.
Yeah, and they are referring to the transition provisions, which did allow the presence of Russian troops, but these were not the article. This was not the article in the major body of the Constitution. These were the transitional provisions, which cannot be regarded as those embracing the body of the Constitution. First. Second, he breached the law on international treaties of Ukraine. So the law unequivocally says that the procedure of denouncing or prolonging the treaty should contain in the treaty itself. So the Treaty of '97 did contain the provision that the agreement on the temporary stay of Russian Black Sea Fleet can be prolonged for another 5-year term, provided that not a single party will object against this a year before the termination of this treaty. The year of the termination of the treaty was 2017. So 1 year before, in 2016, one or another side should have expressed its will. So if, for example, Ukraine is not going to object, so that might have lead to the prolongation of the treaty for another 5 years. What did Yanukovych? He signed the agreement with Russia, regardless of this provision of the existing treaty, that Russian troops are going to stay in Ukrainian territory until 2042. That's why he breached the law on the international treaties of Ukraine. So his actions were not, justifiable by the reality, nor by the price for the gas, nor by compromising Ukrainian sovereignty. I introduced a draft resolution of the Parliament demanding creation of the investigation deputies group to investigate the legitimacy or illegitimacy of his action by concluding that.
Was that committee created?
No.
Why not?
Because we lost the majority in the Parliament, and they categorically rejected, this resolution.